exciting another panel discussion right now. The topic is unlocking the power of cloud, transforming traditional industries. And for this, we have our moderator. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give a big round of applause to Sarun Kishore Deshpande, the Associate Director. Yes, all of you please give a big round of applause. The audience. He is the Associate Director of Platform Practices at Accenture. And we have the panelists with us, Mr. Sunil Sharma, the CEO of Star Technologies India Private Limited. And also can we have a round of applause for Anish Bharat, the founder of ProCode Solutions LLC. So right now we will begin with the panel discussion. After this panel discussion, we will be having the fireside chat. So all of you please enjoy.
Okay, first of all, very warm good afternoon to all of you. I'd like to start by congratulating our previous panel of the PD, Uma Devi, and then Pranita, spoke the name, and then Mary for such a wonderful session. And thank you very much for all the insights that you shared. So, just quickly introducing myself, this is Sarang. I have around 24 years of experience in the field of information technology that includes digital transformations, cloud, and now AI. Having worked with multiple global customers, so I kind of am glad to host this session. And then I would like to introduce my fellow panelists, starting with Anish.
Good afternoon all. My name is Anish Bharat. I am the founder of ProCode Solutions. We are a software solutions company. We provide every solution starting from your digital marketing to your company automation or business automation solution. Thank you, sir.
Sunil.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sunil and founder and CEO of Star Technologies. And we mostly work on the website CMS solutions in the cloud and products on the cloud. As well, and just like the highlight the session, previous session, the women empowerment, right? So here with me, before 3 years back, I started my company with my co-founder, and she is here, Vanshika, and just to show you, right, women empowerment is here, right? So we are doing very well. Apart from this, I have around 17 years experience in the web applications. And across 30 plus countries, I have worked in those clients and different domains. Apart from that, I'm running a community that the name is cloudcommunitybharat.com, and there we are providing free education sessions about the cloud in the colleges, and that's all free. Apart from that, we are running NGO as well for the street kids. That's all about me.
So thanks to both of you, Anish and Sunil, and I think let's get started with this interesting discussion, right? So as we have been observing since morning, right, we have already transitioned to what I call as an AI first world, isn't it? We're already talking about AI, but then it is very interesting to understand, right? Is this a cloud first world to begin with? So I think that is the topic that we are going to delve into right now. So with that, like, as all of us know, cloud is essentially a vehicle to utilize all the collective computing power that we have and do more with less, correct? So when you talk about any transformations, right, it's not about marginal improvements. We need to understand that point, right? It's not about marginal improvements. We're talking about drastic or radical improvements that we want to achieve. So when anybody is embarking on a cloud transformation journey, uh, you know, the amount of energy it takes, right? Basically, it is humongous. And then, especially when we talk about traditional industries, right? So today's topic is going to delve more into traditional industries, because what we have seen is that when in terms of adopting cloud, there have been certain industries that have been doing fantastic, whereas there are certain industries which are facing challenges, which are, maybe I think you can take any industry. Let's take manufacturing. Let's take oil and gas. Some of the very very traditional industries that maybe agro industries, right? So some of those industries have ways of working because of which they have challenges, correct? So basically what we are going to see is that in the context of these industries, so essentially this topic is not only about only these industries, it is this ever encompassing topic. So what we have to see is like how I can bring impact of cloud to my client. And I think that is the takeaway that you're going to have, how you will be able to realize the vision and have the impact of cloud. So I think with that context, I think we will start talking about what are the challenges that we face when we start any cloud transformation program, right? So maybe I think all of you, is a big technical community. So will someone like to share one of your challenges when you started helping some customer on cloud? Anyone?
Initially, performance, right? For example, we were doing a mainframe to a cloud.
Yes.
So the performance of mainframe was probably not comparable to what
Exactly.
about that.
Yes.
How do you
Yeah, absolutely. I think, see, mainframe is again one of the traditional ways in which the computing is happening. So I think that's a fantastic topic that you bring in. So I think there are, when you talk about a cloud transformation journey, when you see the overall trajectory, right? What we usually see on cloud transformation journey is that when you talk about your workforce, correct? Are they equipped to deal with the cloud, correct? Are they ready to deal with the cloud, right? What about the trust related challenges, right? What about challenges with respect to a lot of these traditional industries are into the physical stuff, right? They are talking about, they deal with documents, physical things, equipments, right? When we talk about cloud, it's all virtual, correct? So I think those are the kind of challenges that we see. And especially, I think what I would like to say, in few of the customers that I have seen, like especially in some of the regulated industries, like especially healthcare, right? We have seen clients that they want to see the actual servers, the actual infrastructure, whether whatever data is there inside it in front of them, right? So that physical to virtual manifestation itself, is one of the biggest challenges. So with that, like I'd like to invite my fellow panelists, Sunil. So Sunil, can you share your experience, especially in the space of trust and security? What are the challenges that you have seen?
Mostly, I would like to say challenges, right? Inside the challenges. So challenges are everywhere. Whenever we are going for the new things, everywhere challenges are there. The only thing I would like to highlight is adaptability, right? We have to adapt it. Otherwise, we cannot go with the market. So either it's good or bad. Again, the same topic which we discussed in the morning. We have to adapt it. That's it. That one word is sufficient for everything. And now the challenges, mostly the challenges we faced is while moving to the cloud, the legacy system is there, right? 2006, 2000 applications are running on the old servers. 2000 now they want to move to the cloud, but they cannot. They have some fear in the mind. Suppose when they move to the cloud, what will happen? My system will get crashed or not? What about my transaction? Suppose the e-commerce application is there. So there's a fear, something they want to move, but there's a fear. So we have to tell them trust cloud. Because I can ask you one simple question. On-prem server, suppose this company and running with around 10, 20 servers, on-prem servers, and there's a network team of around 10-20 guys, and they are working 24 by 7. Because if you are running a like servers, you should have a team of 25 to 7. But if I ask question, will you trust on the cloud, there Amazon or Azure or GCP, anyone taking care of your system, or your own on-prem server? Which one is the best? Just like common sense, you can give answer like, what would you like to say here? Would you trust on-prem or the cloud, where a lot of senior engineers are there, huge experts are there? Will you trust, which one do you trust more? I would like to ask this question from you. Two options are here. One is your on-prem with your techies, and second one is on the cloud. You know the expertise is different, techie experience is there, you can see. Obviously, it will go to the cloud, right? Because they have done a lot of work on the cloud. So that part we can gain trust on the cloud side mostly. And one more challenge is the compliance, like banking. A lot of confidential data is there, financial data, healthcare. Where there is a confidential data is coming, right? There's a fear. If I go to the cloud, what will happen to my data? There will be security breaches there or not? Will my data get to exposed to the public? It will not happen because there's a private cloud. There are a lot of options are there, but there's a fear. So these fear as a pre-sales guy, because I go to the meetings as well. So this is our responsibility to show them, okay, don't worry, trust the market, because market is going to the cloud. So this is the second challenge. This is the government, and there is a skill gap. I would like to highlight one more thing: is skill gap is there. People are used to the old systems. Let me give a simple example: deployment. Suppose there is a company, there daily 1 or 2 deployments are happening. That's fine. Suppose there is a 20-30 deployments per day is there. The legacy system is there. They'll simply copy and paste to the server, right? I think all of our techie guys, they understand, right, how to deploy. Simply copy and paste. It's a very old system, very old. And the chance of ransomware attack is there, because RDP is not secure, right? And the cloud is more secure compared to the on-prem. But they don't want to adapt. They don't want to learn new things. So they are saying it's okay, right? Maybe you have seen some challenges in your company. No, it's running. Why should we touch it? Why we should touch it? Okay, keep it there. We will see. Later we will do. See, these are the challenges. So as an organization, I am facing these challenges, and I'm telling them, don't worry. Nothing will happen. That's what I want to share with the challenges.
Yes, Sunil, thanks for sharing that perspective. And I think one of the most things is, for us as cloud experts or technology experts need to keep up with the technology, right? Like there are new constructs coming in the world of cloud, right? If you heard about cloud bursting or some of the new concepts wherein you can have that private cloud flavor at the same time have a public cloud access, right? So I think you should think about all such options as well. So now I'll quickly move to Anish. I just want to ask Anish, do you think it is easy to transform the workforce, and what is your experience? And especially like when I talk about regulatory parts, how do you deal with that? So I think there are two questions in one.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. Actually, we being a software solutions company or a service company, we often face with a lot of regulatory or when we are transforming a traditional industry that is actually a man force, or something that they have been working on physically. Like for example, they are working with papers or receipts or books, and you're moving into cloud. There is a need of the hour. That is the need of the hour. You want to see what your business is doing. You want to see what your data is coming in, and you have the next best suggestion that your consultants or your advisors in the company will give you is move to cloud or have a software, have a solution within your firm. And when it is easier to discuss, give the solution, moving the workforce or actually making people do the making the receipts, or adding the invoices onto a software or a cloud solution is actually difficult. Because at times we had situations in our experiences where the middle staff, I would say the middle part of the organization of the hierarchy ends up having the physical form of receipts and the cloud solution. It becomes a double work. It's a failure. It's a failure of transformation of the cloud. It's a failure of what our solution can give. The solution might be easy. We might be giving it the best possible way to do it, but they're not actually used to it. They've been doing it for the past 10 or 20 years, and doing something different for us, making a change is different. Us being a part of being the official partners for ERP Next, we have specialized or modularized solution. We can quickly give it to a client or a requirement. We can satisfy the requirement, but we have a huge team that helps us to simplify it. Have if you're saying in terms of the UI UX, we can give you the best designs. We can give you the quick autofill that you have in your phones or in your applications. But that still doesn't cover the part that someone has been doing something for 10 or 20 years and asking them to move. There is a training part. There is a part where you have to actually show them what value it is, how your data is coming in, and how easy it is to actually do this and keep receipts. And we have noticed not a lot of places, but some places like how Sunil was saying, they actually feel satisfied to see a physical paper. They actually feel satisfied to see something physical. And the cloud is, where is the cloud? That is one, it's not a very educated question, but that comes in. And another point that Sarang has asked me to talk about is the regulatory part. When it comes to a software that is dealing with the health department or the health regulations, we have to face some, regulatory part where you cannot keep data, or you have to have a certain certification. So these are my points. Thank you so much.
Oh, fantastic! I think as he was talking about some of the examples that he gave. Actually, what I felt is during our client conversations, I think those are the exact kind of questions that we get. So thanks, Anish, for sharing that perspective. Now, I think in the next segment, right, what we would like to bring to the fore, like again, a quick question: how many of your clients have asked you that why do I need to go to cloud? Rather, I want to implement AI right away or some technology right away without using cloud. How many of you have got that question? See, very interestingly, a lot of hands are going up. So I think when it comes to cloud, very important thing that comes to the fore is like, how do I tell the value proposition of the cloud, right? What is the value that cloud is going to provide you? So many times when we start explaining to client that, hey, you are embarking on a cloud transformation journey, it's a step-by-step process where you start maybe doing inventory of all your IT landscape, then you will go to the next step, you will start doing app migrations or app modernizations, or maybe your IT uplift to the cloud, and then the regular cloud transformation trajectory. And then I guess cloud says, why should I do it, right? What is the reason? So that's when we start talking about the value levers, right? Then I think the biggest thing that comes to the fore is that in terms of tying the transformation to the value that you're going to derive out of it. Like, for example, we talk about the total cost of operations, right? How the cloud move is going to help you improve your total cost of operations, or how it is going to drastically reduce some of your operating expenses, right? I think some of those things which are very, very crucial, right? So I think on this segment, I just want, because I think both of our other panelists are running their businesses very, very smartly. So I think I just want to ask, maybe starting with you, Sunil, how do you put the value proposition part when you are running your own business, right? It's a cloud business.
Yeah, thank you, Sarang. Here, after getting the customers onboarded, right, After the challenges, we just convinced the client, okay, don't worry, we can move the cloud. So after moving that, we can justify that, okay, these are values added to your after moving to the cloud transformation. Recently, you have heard the name. It is a hotel chain in the Jan month. They decommissioned over 3,500 servers. Maybe anyone had this one? Yeah, 3,500 plus servers they decommissioned. So see the value they have added now. And I think 3,000, and this took only 1 month. Complete migration from on-prem to the cloud, and just see the workforce behind that. If you have 3,500 plus data servers, then there should be resources, 24 into 7, one day 3 sources, right? And you can calculate the number of sources it will take for the 1 month. Lot of compliances, lot of techy guys who need to maintain those servers, patches, lot of things is there. But now it's all on the cloud. That's already on the cloud, 50-50. I'm not saying 100% on the cloud, but yes, the sharing model is there. Something has to manage by the cloud, something has to manage by the user. But yes, a lot of things are added to the cloud. So the complex part, the repetitive tasks are done by the cloud. So that's the value you can calculate the amount of the value is done after this one, right?
Yeah,
This was the value I wanted to add here. Apart from that, I would like to add one more point.
No, just proceed, I think.
Right? I would like to add about the deployments. I gave an example in the previous talk. Mostly the legacy systems have old very legacy system or the deployments. But if we use some pipelines, anyone knows pipelines? Pipelines with automation, you can deploy your code automatically. And if you don't apply the automation, you need a manually you have to do it. And if you do something manually, there's a lot of chance of error, right? Manually means there's a chance of error. Then you have to check, okay, if the backup is done or not. Then again, the security is applied or not, the QA testing is done or not. A lot of processes there. But what you can do, you can add all the steps in the pipeline. The automatic code is sent, the code will deploy. Automatic scanning will be there. That will be, okay, see, this is the code, this code is not good. They will see the queue. The everything will be taken care by the pipelines. So see the amount of the value again we are adding to the cloud. Resources wise you need one QA that is gone, security wise. So some part of this taken by the cloud. So you can save a lot of cost here. These are 2 points I wanted to highlight. Thank you.
No, Sunil, I think this is a fantastic point. So especially the point that you made about the pipelines, right, where we are seeing whenever we talk about application modernizations, right, we have to have that conversation with the client, right? Why should you do modernization? Because every time when you are actually delivering some feature for that particular application, your time to value basically shrinks drastically if you have this kind of approach. So I think that's a very fantastic point. So now going to Anish, right? I think we say that this is an age of platforms, right? We are already seeing SaaS platforms and multiple cloud providers, right? So how do you see value in that light?
Thank you, sir. That is a very crucial thing. We have gone through, we have all been through SaaS, software as a solution or software as a service. Right now, what we are seeing is, for me as an individual, while I was doing my freelance work or while I was working as a freelancer, it was easy for me to showcase a product with a platform as a service using Heroku or various other services. And it was easier for me to quickly deploy something on that platform and show the client, yeah, this is the concept, this is the idea. You want to work on it, we can start right away. And that is one quick way of when you're transforming someone from like Sunil mentioned, from on-prem to cloud. We can show a gist of what is going to happen. We can show a sample of what is going to happen. This is what is going to happen. Or in the other side of converting from a traditional industry, when you are having receipts and paper, and you can have a simple quick gist. I won't say a demo, but somewhere of a quick gist of what your data is going to look like, what you're going to get. Maybe you can know how much invoices you're billing in a month, what are your invoices, where are your invoices coming from, you know, what is the strength of your staff, what is your, you know, these data can be visualized quickly when you're having a cloud solution with a dashboard, with the whole software solution as it is. So that is one way we can, you know, like in the previous question, we can add value to the customer. We can show them that, yeah, this is what you're going to get. This is what you are going to, you know, what is going to be different. See, you're not going to see a physical server. Yes, you're not going to, you know, there are certain security and certain issues, but this is the value that you're going to get. This is how you're going to quickly react to data. So that is one point I'd like to showcase.
Yeah, I think fantastic. Both of you shared very good points. So I think just from value perspective, right? I think if I can summarize few of the things that we discussed, right? I think it is very important to bring the right value levers when you are having conversation with your customers, whenever you are approaching the cloud transformation. So especially when you're talking about traditional industries, right? Their way of working is different. So I think tying your value to their way of working and tying the value that we just talked about to their actual business value, right? Because there's a technology value part of it, but then of course, like, there is a business value part of it. Whenever you are having say CX level conversations, right? I think many times we talk about the technology value, right, which may not be very relevant. But then if your organization can convert the technology part of the value into the business value, right, for that organization, I think that is what makes a huge amount of difference. And then I think it is taking along the customer in the journey, because cloud transformation is not a one-time activity. It's a journey, and every point in time in that journey you have to take them along. So what we see is that even, like, many times the cloud transformations come in a different forms and formats, right? Sometimes it's like a full-fledged cloud transformation, right? You will start right from their systems inventory to their application inventory, and then you'll start you know progressing on the overall transformation journey step by step. It's like a full-fledged transformation program, but many times it manifests in different formats. It might just come as a simple application modernization which is on cloud, but then that particular application is very critical, or it is very pivotal to client success and their overall customer engagement or their overall operations. So it is very important to just look at what business value you are impacting and tying it up, and then help the client measure that value as well. So I think this value part is extremely important, right? So I think we'll move to the next part. I guess one of our colleague just mentioned about one of the challenges. Right now, I think we will come kind of full circle over here, right? In terms of like the challenges that we see, and then I think what we want to share is some of the interesting stories from the field, right? Wherein how things were turned around by talking to client, by making sure that we sit in their shoes and help them in their transformation journey, right? So I think one of our colleagues just talked about the mainframe scenario, right, of performance, and I think I completely echo, right? Because mainframe is one of the things wherein even though many I'll say cloud platforms have come with I'll say uh, basically constructs around mainframe modernization as such, but then I think those who have actual practical experience doing it, it's easier said than done, because when you come to modernize such things, especially on mainframe, there are no performance benchmark abilities, right, that we have, because in case of mainframes and you know the the scenarios that we used to have earlier have completely changed. Now the payloads itself have humongously increased. So I guess it's some of the challenges like that have to be dealt in a very careful manner, and many times partners help us. Like the I'll call it as like hyperscalers. especially the hyperscalers come to our rescue, because some of the unique programs like this, we have to always see that as a three-party equation, right? You should not approach your client as yourself and your client, yourself only, right? Rather, you approach them along with your partner who is your hyperscaler, and then go to them, and that may help increase or boost the confidence. So I think there are definitely a lot of stories like this that we have. I have in my experience where it has tremendously helped when we gone with the hyperscaler together to the client and solved problem jointly for them. It tremendously helped boost the confidence, and sometimes problems are unique, so it's not like we have gotten solution immediately. But then it helped us in terms of giving that most required confidence. So now I think I would like to really hear some of your cloud transformation stories right from the field. How you helped clients in first of all gaining their confidence, and then showing the way and actually executing it on ground. So maybe whichever order you want to take.
Right, thank you, Sunil. Here I would like to share my own story. I have a lot of stories. There are some clients where we have done migration, a lot of cost is saved, time is saved. But I would like to share my own journey here, my own company, because 3 years back in the COVID, everyone knows, right? That time we started our company. So that time we our servers, client data, and demo servers, right? Demo links, stage link, everything was on our own prem server. And suddenly lockdown happens, and we started working from home. Suddenly what happened? Our server had some issues, right? So now someone has to go to office, right? Now how to do? There should be someone. There's only method is just do some settings in the government, right? We have to do no options. So that part we have done on the first day. We took some passes, and our network guy was able to go to the office, and I did something, and okay, the servers are up, client is happy. Again, after second and third day, same thing happened. Now again, we repeat the task, get the pass, go there, fix it. But what happened after 3 days? It's happening again and again, because there are some power issues also there that happen. Now, what can we do? Because now client is getting sending a lot of emails, because the client was on banking website. The client was some banking, and it's from the Vienna cities there in Europe. So from there, so they started shouting, "Oh, Sunil, this website is down. We cannot test it now." So that was a huge challenge, right? And the COVID time, we don't have resources. A lot of issues are there. Then that time, okay, our partner CTO, he is sitting in Malaysia, and so we both thought about this, what we can do. Okay, because he's solution architect, I am also certified in Amazon, AWS. And then it's okay, let's start move to cloud. What we did is around night time, around 9 or 10 p.m. we started this migration, because there was not huge website, a lot of websites, a couple of websites, and morning around 6 to 7 a.m. we were able to migrate everything to the cloud. And after that, everything is on cloud. It's now 3 years completed. Everyone client is happy, and we don't have any issues. This is my personal experience I want to share. Hope you like this experience, because it was a really a great story for me. Yes, thank you, sir. This is a story I want to share with you.
Yeah, thanks, Sunil. I think Anish, you want to go next?
Yeah, client experiences, or when you're working with a client, to notice is to see that they're happy with your solution, or they go full-fledged with your solution is something we're all very happy to see. One of such situations that we came across was we had a client in the education sector where they were doing a lot of traditional things, registering a student or onboarding a student, or giving them content material, doing the giving the course materials, or giving the textbooks. All these things were being done as a manual process, or there were physical USBs, or at the most what they did was they'll have Google Drives especially for them, and then the content was shared, or even there were physical textbooks. So we had a initial discussion. We went with a little small, like I said, on a platform as a service. We went on as we showed just what we could do, and we were just in discussions. That's when exactly like someone said, the COVID hit, and there was a whole lot of restrictions on where you can go, what you can do, what you can share, and this education organization that I was working with, they had classrooms, or they had meeting setups in different hotels as part of their their program, and they had actual classrooms in infrastructure, in facilities. So the whole process was actually moved to the cloud, and needless to say, the client was able to expand exponentially after that, because we had a cloud solution where other students could access a learning platform. It's not a new thing, it's a learning management system like anything else, but implementing it with a client, and seeing their reaction on and seeing them work with it and being happy, the students being happy, that was a great pleasure for us. There was a lot of hurdles. There was a lot of hurdles. Some textbooks or some students are not getting what they need. Some users, like I said before, they're not used to having uploading content onto our software, and all these things did come up, but we went above it, and we solved it, and at the end of the day, the client was happy, we were happy. So, thank you.
Yeah, means I think the kind of stories these guys shared, right? And we have heard this term called as COVID warriors. I will really like to call these stories as cloud warriors,
Thank
maybe. So I think really wonderful stories both of you shared. So I think if you just to share some of the story from my side, right? So as we know, like during the cloud transformation journey, the mindset that we have to, what we realized is we have to pick up is that of a continuous optimization. I think optimization is huge. I think this is something that is coming from all the hyperscalers that as we talk, because the hyperscalers are actively working on optimizing from their end, right? We heard in the morning about the GPUs. We heard in the you maybe have read about in the newspapers about all the new advancements that are happening in the hardware, and then I think AI itself is being now kind of used as a tool to optimize the cloud, right? So it has a humongous potential, and if you have this mindset and use the right tools and experts, like for example, one of the clients, the story that I want to share is about a very traditional client. They never were used to do things in cloud, and they had, to the extent that they had invested huge amount of dollars in running their own data centers, and they had talked with very big hyperscalers who actually had deployed their go-to people to convince the client about cloud, but then they were so averse to this cloud thing, correct? And when such kind of situation happens, right, you have to actually really sit together with the client, show them the value, show them art of the possible, right? As Anish mentioned, I think some of these early adopters, right? He mentioned about some quick MVPs. I think all those kind of things really help, correct, in winning the client confidence. And especially when you talk about infrastructure modernization of cloud, I think that is one of the biggest and most complex topics. So on this particular topic, there are many concerns that pop up, and then since there is not much clarity in terms of how things will operate when you actually in the post cloud world, I think there are a lot of questions that come in. So that is where the art of the possible has to be shown to the client, and many times the example that I am trying to give here, essentially we had to actually work with the client, understand their entire infrastructure landscape. We had to assess it from ground up. We had to show them what is really I think non-negotiable for them to move to cloud, how they can kind of maintain it in the post-cloud world. We had to actually give them that confidence. Biggest element is the disaster recovery part, right, where hyperscalers have to come in, you have to sit with them, you have to explain them what level of disaster recovery is available. right? That is what we went through. Then I think one of the important areas that the cloud client is generally interested in the part of containerization. So they want to have, especially when they are talking about a private cloud, right? They want to know how the containerization will work, right? So I think having the right experts, this is where it comes in. Whether you are able to showcase them in using containers, you are able to make deployments, right? That is what we showcase them. So finally, after a lot of efforts, client approved, move to the cloud, at least for set of applications, and I think we were able to deliver it with flying colors. So I guess some of these kind of stories, I hope is going to give all of you some confidence. I think thank you. I'd like to thank both of them who shared their own stories. So we have about 5 minutes left. I would suggest, I think we can utilize this for any open conversations, and also if there are any questions.
Anyone's got any questions for us regarding the transformation? Yes, please.
So recently, if you see in the advancements of AI, there is a lot of use of GPUs, not only for AI rendering and all other heavy compute activities. So the cooling of GPUs also becomes a huge challenge, as you have told me. Infrastructure modernization for data centers is the biggest challenge. So there are certain technologies like hydro cooling, immersion cooling, and other new advancements which are coming up in this sector. So where do you see the industry going? So you have also talked about hyperscalers. There are also few people who are not running, more than 100 kilowatt farms. So what is a suggestion which you could give to them, or do you think is it better to host in your cloud, or a customer can build their own cloud, or nowadays there is also Kubernetes, cloud native computing and things like that. So which is better option? Like see, if I look at AWS, everybody knows that it is expensive, right? So most of the customers they don't get ROI if they use AWS. It doesn't work out for them. So is there any something which we could do as an industry where we can support small businesses or small people using the new advanced technologies?
Anish, you want to take this since you have some exposure?
Yeah, sure. Yes, what you mentioned, the ROI regarding using an AWS solution, or AWS service, or any other cloud service. The ROI purely depends on what you are going to do, or how is your team's expertise. Because a slight mismanagement or slight misuse of how you're going to do the cloud could cost you a lot. Whereas on the other side, when you had your own systems, or when you had your own prem, you could manage it. Yes, cost is definitely a thing, and there is a lot of things that as a team, now actually the DevOps part is very crucial in any transformation, in any software solutions, any product company. The DevOps part is what has to look into this, and like you mentioned about the GPUs, that is expensive. We all know GPUs, and uh, running GPU is really expensive in terms of in cost and time also. And there is a lot of things your DevOps team has to be prepared with. Like Sanak had said, in case of in case of a disaster management situation. Um, there is a lot of things you can do. I think, Sanak, you have some points on that?
No, I think absolutely. I think you talked about the advancements in the GPU architecture, and I think so on and so forth, just to keep up with the AI first world, right? So hyperscalers are really investing big time in this. There are multiple options being thrown, right? When you said you gave an example, right? When there is like I call it as a low scale versus high scale deployment, right? You said 100 or something like that, right? I think what is the best option for each kind of customer, and what is the option that you should offer them? So the beauty of the cloud platforms, I think, as he mentioned, right, consider, right, if you can't go afford AWS, you have multiple other clouds that you can go for. So due to I think the cloud native architectures that have come in, you can have multiple options of cloud. You need not go with Cloud X, right? So you can choose the right cloud that fits the bill for the customer. That is one thing. The second part is in terms of the GPU stuff, right? You mentioned, right? The entire the cooling technology, right? If you follow Microsoft especially, right? The cooling technology is just going above and beyond, right? They are putting, because everyone has net zero ambition, right? Even the hyperscalers have net zero ambition. So I think there are a lot of options on table in such cases, and you should just choose the right cloud platform, is what I'd say, based on that.
I would like to add one more thing here is there are a lot of services available in the cloud, and we need to get the maximum out of it. If you use all services wisely, or you can say the best, then I think we can see the cost as well, and we can get maximum ROI. Thank you.
Correct. I think you have a question. Yeah.
You talked about the skill gap, right? For example, migrating from traditional ETL to migrating from a traditional ETL to AWS. My team is all equipped with all the Teradata Informatica, but now I have to go to a newer technology on AWS services. How do you fix that kind of problem with the customer team actually?
I'm sorry, your question was not entirely clear.
A skill gap. For example, if the customer is going from a traditional ETL to a cloud platform, AWS, the team is all working for 30 years on Informatica or Teradata, whatever. Now they're going to go to Shift or Glue or Athena, whatever going to be the target database, right? So how are we going to fix the gap of the team that is being worked on?
The best solution we always have, the trainings. The trainings, when it comes to training also, there is a limitation to our training. Like we said, someone who's been working for 10 or 20 years in software, you're going to train that person on another tool, I would say tool, to use another tool. That is going to be different. That is not going to be your everyday training that we get, a technical person gets. That is the other side of it, where you cannot fully have a technical training. The age gap is there, that we have to accept it. The age gap will be there. And then the next step, next solution we can come up with, hire someone new, someone who knows it. That is another solution we can have. But it is all a mix and match of these things, because you hire someone new. Where is the experience on your business? What happened over there? So how is that transferred over here? So that is very crucial to place it rightly. The experience, the correct training to seep into your transformation, the mixture of all these things together is what I would suggest.
I completely agree with you. It's a fine balance between the functional and the technical aspect of it.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we are at the top of the hour. But then if there is one last question, we can take it. Otherwise, I think we are pretty much done.
I think we can close it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks for your
all.
time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anish.
It was a very fantastic panel discussion. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be having the fireside chat right now. And the topic for the fireside chat is, what does the future of gaming look like? The speakers are